Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. For years, they have taken care of bugs and the small pests in East Tennessee. When you call them, they take care of them by getting them out of your house, Now, they are helping folks catch, trap, and remove big critters, skunks, rats, snakes, birds, even foxes they've had. Call and ask them about it this week. Southeast Termite and Pest Control, the Haynes family does a great job. It is a family-owned business like so many of the clients on my show, and they're good people. Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Paul Feinbaum said this week, quote, a year ago, Butch Jones was disingenuous, thin-skinned. He was a pathetic carnival barker. There is a local politician running an ad making fun of Butch Jones, in which he says, unlike Butch Jones, I keep my promises. I'm guessing Jones tried to keep his promise. I'm amazed. This is where I'm going. There is so much hatred for Butch Jones around here. My question is, and you may disagree with me, I think Butch Jones, who won more games than Derek Dooley and was nice, more outgoing to the community than Derek Dooley, I think Butch Jones is more unpopular than Derek Dooley. That's my take. Who agrees, who disagrees?
I agree. I think it's because of the way they present themselves publicly in part. I think that's that's your window into what that coach does on the field, behind the scenes, and people think of Derek Dooley as kind of a folksy guy that came off kind of funny in press conferences and stuff. Butch Jones was, in hindsight, people look at him now as disingenuous, not telling the truth all the time, cliches, not opening up, all that stuff. It comes back to haunt you later on. So I think 3 years of Derek Dooley versus 5 years of Butch Jones and the cliches, people got tired of it.
I remember the very first Derek Dooley press conference where he got it was a smart aleck to Dave Hooker, and it was about the players that were upset they couldn't come back. And he's like, hey, how hard is it to call? You pick up the phone. Yeah. And I just thought, I'm going to throw something at you, you schmuck. But I'm surprised. Where are you, Chuck? We'll get back to Jim.
I think Butch Jones is
more disliked?
Yes, and I think there was more buy-in. And I think there was the build-up in year 3 where you knew you probably you shouldn't expect it, but there was a chance. But year 4, a lot of people felt like the talent's there. And then the whole thing about blowing the games at Florida, not being able to beat Florida, and then, chasing after some things. And plus, where is Butch Jones now? He's an intern at Alabama.
Also was Lane Kiffin, and they were over that.
Well, I think a lot of Tennessee fans are saying we're paying this guy over $200,000 a year to go away, and he goes to Alabama, and he's on their staff, and he's yelling "Roll Tide" going down the hallway. There's a lot of fans don't like that, John.
Well, that's true, but if you fired a guy, you can't then say, no, you can't go somewhere else.
Yeah, you can say you're not supposed to be an intern in Alabama.
No, that's kind of a...
well, I mean, I think...
No, if you fire me, I'm going to... You'll see me in your front yard
I guess either don't
take
it. I think the fact that he's at Alabama has rubbed some people the wrong way.
Well, it may be. I just don't think that's fair. If you fire a guy and trash a guy, you can't then say, but you have to be nice to us on the way out the door. Jimmy, where are you on this?
I'm a dissenting viewer on this. I don't agree with y'all. I think that Dooley was more disliked, and here's why. At least with Butch Jones, you had some positive moments. Look, there were people that bought into Brick by Brick. There were people that bought into...
They literally bought bricks.
The snap and clear. There were fans that were buying into his sayings, right?
Yep.
Okay. But then when he started losing, I don't want to hear about 5-star hearts. When he started losing. Butch Jones gave you more good moments than Derek Dooley. Give me the good moments Derek Dooley gave you. Give me the big wins he gave you. At least Butch Jones won 9 games 2 years in a row. He beat Florida. He beat Florida and Georgia the same year. I think it turned on Butch Jones the last season and 4 games. That's when it turned. So that's when people started disliking him. But they liked him for the most part until that.
It crashed the night of South Carolina game the year before when we opened the next day, and I showed a clip from Titanic and said, did he just hit the iceberg? And we all said yes. But we got to get out of this, but I think Chuck was right. I think it's Jones. Used to work in marketing and advertising, and a word that I liked from that field that I use all the time is anticipointment.
Yes.
There's nothing worse than somebody buying in and then you don't deliver. You would be better off not having them buy in.
Which they didn't for Dooley.
You're right. You'd be better off underselling. But if you sell and you give reason for hope and everybody starts to get in, they get more angry when you don't deliver. I just think that it's going to... You got reason to get mad at Kiffin, I guess. Now, that went over the top, too, with the sewage treatment plants and all that kind of talk. But Kiffin and Dooley was kind of a jerk a lot of times. Jones,
That's
Jones
right.
just had the silly slogans and overspun it when he was feeling he was under attack. But anyway, and disappointment. I think that's why people are mad at Jones.
That's a good point. Incompetence versus build-up and disappointment. I think that's the general difference.
But
Dooley's basically remembered as.
But Jones gave you some good
Right.
moments.
Everybody acts like he's the worst coach in the world.
He's
2,
not.
9, and 4 years.
Yeah, Right.
That's not terrible.
Yeah.
And what did Dooley give you?
Exactly. So, anyway, when we come back, there's once again talk about the SEC. It's from 2 coaches. Talk about the SEC going to a 9-game schedule. Should the SEC just do it already, or should these coaches just stop bringing it up? We'll give you our take on a 9-game SEC schedule next. Come on back on the Sports Source.